I can't walk. In fact, I think my back issues proceed from my feet problems. When I walk, I limp from foot pain. I can't walk around the block, much less 30 minutes. Will this get better? That was given to me this morning from a student. It's about the foot. It's about foot pain and Morton's Neuroma. And whether or not you have experienced this, I feel it would be helpful because it's about foot health, and foot health does have a really big impact on the health of the rest of our body, our ability to walk and our ability to walk in a normal gait pattern goes up the chain. It is one of the healthiest muscular balancing activities that you can do for your entire body. It is a synergistic activity that uses all the muscles front and back. And if you walk a lot, you are restoring muscular balance in your body, as opposed to sitting a lot, which is provoking or promoting the predictable pattern of muscle imbalances that we're trying to reverse in this program. So I have personally experienced Morton's Neuroma. I've been diagnosed with it, and I did not take the surgical approach. In my research, I found that it was not very effective, but I took an alternative approach similar to back pain and was able to improve the health of my feet. You know, you could call it muscular balance or just overall foot health, which is highly influenced by footwear. I was lucky enough that my Morton's Neuroma went away, but what I can say is while it was there, while I was experiencing it, it was debilitating. It was painful to walk. It was actually even difficult to sleep because the buzzing of the nerve that's being pinched in a Morton's Neuroma, which we'll talk about, it can be constant. One of the things that I wanted to do was take a look at the foot with this program because I've always used it to look at muscles of the back, and I've never looked at the foot with this 3D Organon program. And so we can define what a Morton's Neuroma is for those of you that are unaware. So we're looking at the bottom of the foot right now. And a Morton's Neuroma, what it is this nerve that goes between your toes. Usually it's the third and fourth toe usually will get pinched between the bones of the foot. You can see that there are the bones of the foot that have the heads of the metatarsals right here. It gets really narrow here, where the nerve goes right between those heads of the metatarsals, can get pinched between those bones, and it can cause irritation and sciatic type symptoms in the foot. But then the nerve reacts by creating a callus. It actually tries to build protection for itself, and the nerve actually grows bigger in its effort to callus around itself, and then that makes the problem worse. So it's like one of the deficits of the body. It's like a dysfunctional way to try and heal itself that makes the problem worse. And so the Morton's Neuroma gets progressively worse as it goes on for a long time. The area I was talking about is right about here where this nerve will just get pinched. For anyone that's had foot pain, this could be a situation that you may have dealt with, whether you know it or not. It's pretty common, more common than probably gets actually diagnosed. One of the reasons that I believe causes Morton's Neuroma is related to modern day footwear that tends to be pretty narrow and squeezes your foot, right? If you have a pair of Nikes that tends to run narrow, fits tightly, it's putting just a gentle pressure on the outsides of your foot, squeezing your toes together. And so that could be what's squeezing the nerve. And so an approach related to changing footwear and spreading out your toes, spreading out these bones with something like toe spreaders can be an effective way to treat Morton's Neuroma. I just wanted to go over this because this is what worked for me, was getting a more barefoot style or minimalist footwear with wider toe boxes, using toe spreaders, doing foot exercises to just improve the health of my feet, because I've had problems in both feet actually, was what allowed me to avoid surgery. And so when things are happening in both feet or both legs, we can be pretty confident that it's postural, that it's related to something that is global in the body. It's most likely that There is not just some flaw in both feet, but there is a pattern. Maybe it's footwear, the shoes that you're putting on your feet. It's affecting both feet equally. And so this is going to apply to so many people in the program. If you're having knee pain in both knees, or foot pain in both feet, or sciatica down both legs, the chances that it's a global body problem, like a full body imbalance or postural or just related to something that you're doing to your body and not just an isolated event like an impact injury that injured your foot, which would mostly happen only on one side, or, you twisted your knee, that would happen on one side. But if you're having pain on both sides, it's a huge cue to me that we need to address the full body. The medical system and surgeries have not been very successful for a lot of chronic injuries like this that are progressive in nature. There is a place for medical treatments, and they are the best in the world at traumatic injuries, emergency care, and stuff like that. But chronic injuries like back pain, chronic knee pain, stuff like that, it hasn't been the most successful with surgery. That is how I just wanted to answer that. Walking is incredibly important, and it's not only getting operations that can treat Morton's neuroma. For the feet, I would recommend going towards a more organic approach towards foot health. I have put out a lot of content on foot health, mostly on YouTube. So if you ever have the time to check out some of my videos on foot health, those do teach about my strategies for improving my foot health. I've had lots of foot problems in the past, and I do not have any foot problems or foot pain today. So maybe you can't walk around the block, but you could walk to the nearest bench from your house, or you could walk to the neighbor's house and back. And if you can do that, then you can progress a little bit further each week. Maybe it is a very important thing to be able to do. If you have the ability to take a few steps, then I believe you can take a few more by progressively training yourself. And improving your foot health definitely can help. So appreciate you all. Until next week, make sure to get down on that floor and connect to your core. All right. Take care, everyone.